Today we're going to be talking about people that sabotage your ketogenic weight loss journey and how to deal with them. Emily and I have been living a ketogenic lifestyle from 2019 till now. We've lost over 160 pounds combined. We have definitely had our fair share of people that try to sabotage our journey, and we thought it would be an important topic to talk about today. Also, it's mentioned a lot in our group, Keto with the Keto Twins, and it's just something that a lot of people don't notice is happening until they experience it themselves. I mean, if you have a large circle of people that you interact with, there will be people who try to sabotage you. I don't even know if they know that they're doing it inherently. It's just something that happens. So we found an article here that perfectly describes what we're talking about. It's old, but it still applies. It's how to deal with diet saboteurs. It says, when you're trying to lose weight, often your friends and loved ones become the greatest obstacle. Learn how to turn these diet saboteurs into diet supporters. So this article starts off by saying, you're doing so great. You can have one little piece. Come on, honey. I like a little meat on my women. Sound familiar? These people, consciously or not, are trying to sabotage your diet. And this is like any diet, really. It could be keto. It could be other things. Keto is like one of those things that to outside people can seem like really extreme. And so we feel that a lot of people don't understand the way that we eat. But I think it does happen in any instance when you're trying to go outside the norm of what other people in your social circle are doing, whether that's stopping smoking, stopping drinking, and all these things. It can happen still. So David L. Katz says, sooner or later, you might find yourself in a toxic nutritional environment. Almost all dieters do. Some things that people might say or do to throw you off course are their fear for your health. What's the matter? You're wasting away. Are you sure you aren't losing too much too fast? Or are you sure that diet won't raise your cholesterol? One of the things that I found to be quite interesting is that when I saw people that I didn't see in a long time, they're not used to seeing you thinner. So even you losing 50 pounds can seem really extreme to them because they're used to seeing you bigger. So if you're a normal weight, some people might say that you're too thin when you're not even. I even got that when I was still considered overweight. We're really tall, and so naturally we're like quite bigger people overall, but to say that we're like scarily thin is just absurd to me because on the scale I was still considered overweight. I thought that was interesting. So I think that if you haven't seen people in quite some time or they're used to seeing you really, really overweight, then even if you're like a normal size, they might see you as being too thin. I was around someone the other day that was just like, when they came up to me, they were like, you're not sick, are you? I'm like, no. And they're like, oh, okay, because you lost a lot of weight. And I was like, okay, I think that some people assume that you might be sick with something and they're just making sure that you're okay. It was actually a delivery driver that I hadn't seen in 2 years. They're like, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in so long. You're not sick, are you? And I'm like, no. He's like, okay, good. I was like, yeah, I'm doing keto. And he's like, oh, okay, cool. Good for you. I'm just making sure that you're not sick or something. So it might be genuine, their concern for you, that you might be going through something health related. So just be aware of that. Try not to take it offensively and just give people some grace when it comes to that. Here's another thing that you may encounter. You go over to someone's house or you're at like a social gathering and all of a sudden someone has made something and you say no. Yeah. They make you a cake, they make cookies. They make something in your honor. Or maybe you're at the office and someone has brought in something that they've made and now you have to say no. So it says here, acting insulted. You don't like my pot roast all of a sudden? You're too good for my cheesecake? And that is difficult. Yeah. I don't even know how to deal with that really. I know that some people will actually take a piece and not eat it. Take it away from there and then just throw it away later. I know that seems wasteful, but sometimes you just have to do that in order not to hurt that person's feelings. Some people really have pride and joy in their food and giving other people their food, so they don't understand when somebody can't eat it. So some people will make you an outsider. Kat says sometimes this happens among coworkers. You can't eat Mexican because of your diet, so we will see you after we go out. Okay, well, those people are mean. There have been instances where people think that you're ruining the good time when you say that you can't eat the carbs. Right. And that's always difficult, but you have to be strong enough to say no. And if you're not like following what everybody else is doing, are they there because they want to all binge together or are they there because they want to hang out with you? I have had people in my life that I say that I'm on a diet and they go, ugh, are you following your diet? I hate that or something. Even though it doesn't like apply them, they can eat whatever they want. They say that me being on the diet somehow makes them feel like they have to be on the diet or something. It's very strange. I don't understand that. Like, I always think make the choices that you want to make. If you want to eat it, eat it. If you don't, don't. Some people are really affected when you decide that you're trying to like be strict or be restrictive and you're trying to do something good for yourself. People just want to test you and say things like that. So I don't know. You just gotta learn not to care what other people think about you too, at the end of the day. Another thing that people say is making up special holiday rules. It's your birthday. One piece of cake won't hurt.
It is when you're addicted to carbohydrates.
Because you'll find a day to be like, oh my gosh, it's National Pie Day. I need to celebrate that. It's Christmas. I need those Christmas cookies. It's Easter. I need a Cadbury egg or whatever people eat at Easter. You know what I mean? There's always a holiday. Everything has a holiday now. My dog has a holiday. There's a pet holiday. There's cat holiday. So you can't follow every holiday. So this is one that we absolutely despise. It's imparting discouraging news. I am so proud of you for trying this, even though you know that 95% of people will fail to keep the weight off, or it's not my business, but don't runners get a lot of injuries? People always tell you that you're gonna fail.
I've had that even happen like on Facebook with people that I don't even, I've met a couple times say that, oh, you know that most people gain the weight back. It's like, okay.
Yeah.
It's like, why would you even say that to somebody? You're already saying that I'm gonna fail on this? Like, who are you to say that to me? I don't even know you that well.
It reflects on them.
Right.
They don't like that you are so gung-ho about something, that you're passionate about something, that you feel good about yourself.
Burst your bubble.
They want to make you feel bad because they feel bad or something. They don't like that when you're passionate about something. Even like with other things in your life, if you're truly passionate about something, your job, your garden,
your YouTube
channel, people will take that and be like, well, I don't think you should be working on that all the time. Or I don't think, even though it brings you happiness, bringing out all the negatives because it somehow makes them self-conscious that they aren't passionate about anything. I found, at least. Anyway.
Dang.
No, I'm passionate about things, and when I'm passionate, I want to help other people. There's nothing selfish about it. I literally love just spreading things that worked for me. And we're not gurus, we're not medical professionals. All we do is share what we've learned over 20 plus years of being obese. Honestly, we've been obese for most of our lives, and just in this past, like since 2020, we really learned how to stay keto, and we love sharing this with all of you, but we are not medical professionals. I just have to say that. Women tend to take things personally. I guess so. I can't disagree with that. It's harder for women to stick in their heels and say, no, I am not drinking wine every day anymore. I am not eating carbs every day anymore. That is difficult to say, I think. Katz emphasizes that it's okay to spit it out. Say, Mom, I know I'm overweight. It doesn't make me a bad person, but I need your help. When I come over, you need to cook more veggies or lean meat. Lean meat. Well, we don't believe in that, but when I come over, you need to cook more vegetables or meat.
I think that being open and honest in a situation and being like, you know what, I could really use your support. This is really difficult. If you tell that to somebody, when they say all this stuff to you, and you tell them face to face, hi, I need you to be on board with this. This is really important to me. It's really difficult. I'm really trying really hard. Can you support me? And they still do it. Do you want this person in your life? Maybe you don't need to cut them out of your life. I'm not saying that, but like maybe you need to realize, wow, this is not about me at all. Like I'm asking you genuinely to help me. Like just not even help me. I'm not asking you to cook for me or keep me accountable, but just support me a little bit. I need that from you. And they still don't do it. They're not there for you. Then you need to reevaluate who this person is. Then they have things going on outside of you that they need to deal with if they're still going at you in this way. It says a lot about them, is what I'm trying to get at. It's like they are not even willing to support you, even when you say, I really need your support. Mm-hmm. Help me. If they're still not willing to support you after you just flat out say it. Sometimes communication is really important, I think. Like we don't say a lot, we don't want to offend, but sometimes you just need to like get down to like the real thing. I need your help. Please support me. This is difficult. And I could really use your support. I would be really grateful. And they still don't want to do it. That says a lot about them.
Some people have issues with their spouse or their significant other. That's really difficult. It says, to a husband, say it right out, honey, I love you. We've been together for 15 years. I am not going anywhere. You're my best friend. And I need your help and understanding. This is pretty much what Emily said. This may or may not be the time to say you could afford to drop a few too. Oh, no. We do get some questions and comments sometimes saying like, my significant other doesn't want to do keto. How can I make them? And the answer to that is you cannot.
Right. Our husbands are not necessarily keto all the time.
Right.
Like they eat what we make, but then they go off and they do their own thing. They are responsible for their own things, their own weight, their own health. It's like you have to take control of your own life and you have to be strong enough to do what you know is right for you. Even if the person that you're with I'm not going to say they're not supportive because they are extremely supportive, but they enjoy other things too. And you cannot like force somebody to do keto with you. They have to come to it on their own.
And them having that type of food in the house or those drinks in the house or whatever is not sabotaging you. You have to learn how to say no and prioritize how you feel over the bag of cookies that's on the shelf. Like right now, there's a gelato in the freezer right now that my husband bought. I'm not going to be eating it. If he wants to eat that, then he can. And my husband works out every day and he is very strict during the week, but he goes off and he eat that, and he is not overweight and he's not a carb addict like I am. So you got to make the choice and do what's right for you. To coworkers, you can say, I am still the same person I always was, but I'm carrying excess body weight and I want to get rid of it. I won't succeed if you don't help me. So this is similar to what Emily was saying. Just tell them that you would like their support. And if they say no, then they're kind of weirdos and you don't want to be friends with them anyway. If someone persists in offering food, say, it looks great, maybe later. Make sure that later never comes. They won't notice. And that's true too. Just be like, yeah, I'm going to have some later. They're not going to remember.
But they will remember if you're like, no, I'm not going to be eating that because I'm on keto or whatever. That's like the signal that they'll start asking questions. But if you say, I'm a little full right now, I'm waiting for a little bit later, they won't come back and question you about it.
So, oftentimes there are people in your life sabotaging you. So what are some things that you can do to find support? We would suggest you join our Facebook group if you guys are looking for a nice community of people that are also following like a technically keto type of lifestyle. We will have a link in our description below if you guys want to join. Do fill out the questionnaire, please, because we want to make sure that you're not a bot. So if you don't answer the questions, I'm going to deny you. Just letting you know. A bot is a fake person.
It's a robot.
There are so many fake accounts on Facebook, so we have to have those questions in order to admit real people into the group. So please make sure to fill out the survey.
It's free.
And if you get denied, refill out the survey because I'll see the invite. Anyway, so you're not alone if you have people that are sabotaging you. We've all dealt with it.
It's extremely common.
It's common with friends, family, coworkers. There's something that bothers them that you're being so strict and, taking steps forward in your health journey, and they're not. That's really what it comes down to. So, stay on the righteous path. Find support in other people. You don't need to be talking about your diet to your friends and family all the time. I feel like that's another reason why sometimes people don't want to listen to you talking about your ketogenic lifestyle all the time.
I think that's also like with anything that you do in life. If you're like over enthusiastic about it, people are just like sick of hearing it after a certain point.
Because it hits something deep in that they don't want to change.
Not only that, it's just like you're passionate about it. That doesn't mean somebody else is going to be.
That's
it's like
true, yes.
My husband could talk about beer or whatever, and it's like you get sick of hearing about it. Like keto might be new and exciting and interesting to you, but it's not necessarily interesting to everybody else around you. So, and don't forget to subscribe for more technically keto content. And if you want to see us talk about other keto related subjects, you can click right here and we'll see you over there. Anyway, I'm Emily.
And I'm Sarah, and we're the Keto Twins signing out.